welcome to NAB 2016. I'm Joe O'Halloran, Editor-in-Chief of Rapid TV News, and I'm here with Mihai Crasneanu, CEO of Grey Juice Labs. Mihai, welcome to NAB.
Thank you.
Even the year is not even 4 months old, and yet the market seems to be booming. How do you see the developments and the drivers of the broadcast market at the moment?
Well, I think it's merely around content. As we know, platforms and technology is important, and NAB, it's essentially a technology show. However, technology without content, it's a bit of an empty room. Certainly full of a lot of technical gizmos that are impressive, but at the end of the day, what users want is to be entertained. And it's all about entertainment at the end of the day. So technology is an enabler, but content is the core of it. And obviously, we are one of the few companies to attend this show who focus on content. So I think more than ever, because of the presence of so much bandwidth every day and new devices and new technologies, people are expecting to find good content everywhere. So I think that the trend right now is how to unleash the technology and at the same time be able to find the right content that appeals and especially engages the audience.
One of the key things about this year has been the rise of over-the-top. It's not just about Netflix or Hulu, about Amazon. There's a lot more players. What's the rise of over-the-top doing for the pay TV market overall?
You see, I think the pay TV market is condemned to reinvent itself. People are going to keep paying for content. That's, I think, no doubt about it. But the way the content is distributed is certainly going to change. Global players like Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, and others are literally disrupting the pay TV model. It starts in the US, but we can see that in international markets it's even stronger. So this comes from an inevitable evolution of how people engage with content. The more screens they have, the more flexibility they have, the more they're going to use that flexibility at their benefit. Essentially, to use even a not so convenient screen like the smartphone to watch things, but because you have it with you all day long, this is where you're going to watch most of the content at the end of the day. So I think OTT is not only a matter of devices and formats, but it's also a matter of business models. At the end of the day, pay TV operators, like cable operators, are fighting against global OTT players and future local OTT players for the same kind of rights that are coming from the studios. And more than never, the OTT players are getting those rights because they're investing in a market that is growing much faster than the pay TV market. Pay TV means you have to have a cable or a satellite dish. OTT is just a device that anyway you have it, and broadband that you have it anyway. So the growth in subscribers is definitely there. There's a major challenge though, which is the price. The average price, monthly price for a pay TV subscription, it's between $50 and $100, when for an OTT subscription, it's more around $10. So there's clearly some readjustments that will happen in the next couple of years to compensate those hundreds towards the dozens, but it will happen. I think content will drive it.
As we can see out in the hall, you can see loads of players, loads of OTT services and loads of devices. How did that diversity make your job harder?
To be honest, it makes our job easier. It means our job is essentially to find the right content, to license this content, obviously to do the content preparation with the encoding, subtitling and so on, but also to do the marketing of it. technology is there to support all kind of formats that are even becoming more standard than ever. So I would say what makes our job easier with those multiple devices is that it increases the audience, which for us is the essential key. And more audience with the right device means more engagement, less churn, and so on. I think, however, that for the operators, having so many devices is certainly a challenge, because it means so many profiles, so many different kind of bandwidths, and so many kind of technical specs to manage that it's probably harder if you are a mobile operator. Now, that's the beauty of the content. It goes anywhere.
You mentioned challenges. I'd guess there's like a window of opportunity for the over-the-top market. How large do you see is the window for, say, for example, telcos trying to compete?
You see, I think telcos are thinking about going OTT for 10 years now. And they had a lot of time to think about it, prepare it, and do something about it. And most of them did. Unfortunately, their services are not necessarily very exciting nowadays. Lack of good content, clunky interfaces, and so many other issues they have. So I think for the operators to really face the rapid growth of global OTT players is to really be able to react in the next 12 months, 18 months, and react aggressively with a very appealing service for the customers, which means a good selection of content that people really want to see, great user interface, available on all devices. Everything is there. Technology is there, content is there, and everybody in the middle, like people like us, who can help them. They just need to be more efficient and to invest in the right places, like content.
You mentioned yourself. So, what is Grey Juice Labs doing to help them?
Essentially, our business is to help those telecom and pay TV operators to have their VOD services launched. Not on the technical side, because they usually go and buy their own platform and technology, but everything that's related with the content. So basically, which content do they need? And that's what we do. We select the right content for their audiences. And this selection is key. Do they want to increase customer acquisition, decrease churn, appeal to new segments of their customers? It's not the same content all the time. So which content owners, what lists exactly of titles, how to program those lists every day, how to market and promote and engage customers every day on their platforms, and also deliver those content to their platforms in terms of content and video files, metadata, marketing materials. So this is exactly what we do. We cover the entire value chain of the content.
You mentioned about this year that the operators have. As a final question, if we're here this time next year, will they have done their job? Will the industry be a very different place?
Well, I hopefully trust they will, and it's for their own good. They risk one thing and only one, to be a commodity. And nobody wants to become, no telco especially, wants to become a water or electricity provider. So if they don't want to be a commodity, they better get in the business sooner than later.
We'll be interested to find out. And thank you for watching. Thank you.